what sucks about the one. All right, those are gonna be the three things.
The three shit.
See, you can argue that. You can argue
You don't
that.
understand. No, we'll see.
You have no
Fact
game on the
later.
one, bro.
Yeah, we'll
Wait,
see.
wait, wait,
We'll
no, everybody just stop talking about it. Mark, have you started recording?
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, we're
Start
just
recording,
gonna
put it
trim
to
all the.
Conquest.
I got it. I'm gonna start this thing right now, okay?
You're not
For
even
the
the
first.
host.
You don't. Yes, I am, nigga. Calm down.
No,
I
you're
swear to
not.
God. I'm putting all this
Welcome
in
to the
here.
nigga on Xbox. I'm
Hey!
your host.
Go away. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, nigga.
Yo, what did you
All right.
say
Nah.
there?
All right, now. Okay. For real. Starting right now. This is where we go in. Welcome to the first ever edition of Niggas on Xbox, where we talk about real ass shit on Xbox as gamers. So, what we say, we got SX Exotic. So, I'm going to introduce yourself really. We just say go in.
Oh yeah. Download my mixtape on SoundCloud at K Breezy. Special K like the cereal. Follow me on Tumblr. It is my gamertag Kool-Aid. Cool love Ray. Call me Kool-Aid, bitch.
Alright, cool.
Alright.
Only females, cause I like it like that. I like it rough.
All right, that's my nigga cool.
3.8 centimeters. Remember.
Next in line. Keep it going.
I'm hella slurred.
I don't even
I'm
got
Friday.
it.
Hey fellas.
I don't want to sound like this nigga Kool-Aid. Is that offensive?
All right, that's nigga dope. That's dope, nigga. Dope boy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Next on next. Who's next, nigga?
I don't know who's next.
Nigga, just state your name. Shit, you ain't gotta give a backstory like this nigga Kool-Aid. Just state who the fuck you are.
Well, I was born
the
in
age of 7.
California.
The Nine Tails was sealed within me, and I was not ready for it.
All right, fuck all that. You can see our names. Our names are gonna come up in the game today. Just watch right now. We're on the squad. Last we got Lisa Smoke and Steve. We don't care about these niggas. Anyways, back to the track. So,
Damn, how you just gonna skip through us like that? We ain't shit. Come on now.
hey,
Awesome.
you say nothing. I gave you time. Hey,
Focus
talk,
the
say
clan
something.
thotty, that's all y'all need to know. Anyway.
Mama's the clan thotty. Fuck you.
Hey, look, all you gotta do is offer some candy, bro.
Oh,
Anyway.
This is great. All right, anyway.
Laugh. Special guest, extreme greatness.
discussion.
All
Make
right,
it
all
real.
Yeah, quote unquote. nigga.
Alright, Dad.
Anyways, let's go. The first topic we're gonna go over is girls on Xbox. Anyone got any input they want to put on this?
Xbox is typically hoes.
Excuse me.
I actually
Bro.
like females on Xbox.
I'm 100% on that one, my nigga. I put on everything I love. Girls on
I
Xbox
think
usually
we need
hoes.
more female gamers.
So wait, do you think I'm a hoe? Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Nigga, it's a shoe fit.
If the penis can fit, if my fist can fit in your
Bruh.
vagina, use a hole.
What the fuck?
God damn, y'all niggas going in too much. All right, anyway.
Don't you
back to
mean
something
your
more
entire
important,
arm,
nigga.
bro?
Ain't this supposed to be like PG-13? I mean,
Nigga, we don't give a fuck. You go in, nigga.
It's called niggas on Xbox.
All right, anyway, niggas. There's a recent stat came out recently that says IGN and GameSpot said 40% of girls play Xbox. I don't think it's true. Like, that's just unthinkable.
I say it's
20%
more
of girls?
FPS.
no,
40%
I
more
think it's
console.
true. Now, I don't
That's,
think they're
no,
talking
they're
about on
counting
a
all the
regular
females that
basis.
watch Netflix and you know Hulu.
They're
Yeah,
not
we all know
actually
that
counted.
shit.
They're
We all
actually
know
playing.
that.
Yeah, like hardcore games.
Nah, nigga, they counted their gamers because they own an Xbox. That's what a gamer is apparently. Someone who owns an Xbox account. It doesn't mean someone who plays the game.
They don't play shit.
Xbox
You play
isn't
one
even a
fucking
real-
game like
Never mind.
Pac-Man or something. You're not considered a gamer, my nigga.
Alright, okay, I see. Alright, now a more popular poll said that 77% of girls play games. Like universal on all consoles. Anyone got anything to say about that?
That's a lie.
I
I can
mean,
agree with that.
77%, my nigga. That's a
Come
lot,
on
my
now.
nigga. Nah, I call false with that one.
Nope.
There are so
Nigga, I
many
got bitches
consoles
that play more
they
apps
must
on their
play.
phone than actual
No.
consoles, my nigga.
My thing is like.
But if you
alright,
play a
alright,
game
but-
anyway, you can still be a gamer, regardless of what console you're
I
on.
think nope. I went to Japan, so if you go to Asian countries where you know they hold half the world population, is probably what we're talking about. And Dance Dance Revolution.
Okay. See, I can understand. I can get behind that.
When
I can get
I
behind
think
that.
of population, in this poll, I'm generally thinking about United States and people who can speak English. Non-racist statement.
That's
You
completely
call
racist.
me a thought again? My God.
I'm mad.
Alright, so anyway,
yeah.
I can understand that. The only way I can say that it's understandable is by saying if you add like phone games and shit like that, because bitches love phone games. I mean, like
Phone
they be
games,
playing
Candy
Candy
Crush.
Crush.
That don't
Flat
count,
Bubble
bro.
Witch
Oh,
That
that
does not
explains
count.
why you like
But
Clash of
technically,
Clans, huh?
it's a gamer.
Hey,
But-
don't you
But it's
disrespect the
not
class.
Not-
a gamer. Just cause it's not like a online type game, my nigga. That don't count for gamers.
Yeah.
Like I said, playing Miss Pac-Man don't make you a gamer, my nigga. It just don't.
Bruh, that's a lie. Have you ever heard
What's
of
your-
Armageddon? Frogger on point. You don't even know.
Fuck out of here with that bum
Alright,
ass nigga.
hey, so what's your definition of a gamer? What's your definition of a gamer?
My definition of a gamer. Let's see.
Got this Wikipedia.
Hey Siri, look up the definition of a gamer.
This nigga here, bro, serious.
More than 3 online games.
Someone-
man. That's considered a gamer.
Someone who plays interactive games such as video games.
I don't think it depends on how hard you play the game. Like I don't think people who are addicted to like cell phone games are gamers.
Oh yeah.
But people, can I talk?
No.
Let the
Apparently,
bitch speak.
tabletop games are also considered gamers. It's in Wikipedia, so it's true.
But no, Wikipedia is full of bullshit and never mind.
Go for your
Anyways,
mixtape, but you don't see me talking.
no, my mixtape is fire. I spit hot fire. I am the king of the empire. Let's go.
Alright.
Bro, that shit was whack on beyond levels, my nigga. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Alright, completely understandable, nigga. Okay. So anyways, so what's your definition of a gamer? A gamer just anyone who plays games? Like,
It depends. Like somebody could only be good at like Call of Duty, or somebody could only be good at like Borderlands. But like people, no. But the thing is, people will sit there and play Flappy Bird and be like, I am the hardest motherfucker out there. I will whoop you in everything you love. I will kill you. I will slaughter you. And I'll sit here and I'll just be listening to the level of bullshit. You see, Kira, you're just one of those girls who are like, good at games. But there'll be those motherfuckers that just want to test you. Be like, I got a better mod player than you in 2K. Let me drop my phone right now.
Bruh. You don't want to see no 2K game, though.
Oh my God,
exactly.
Here he go with his cheating
okay.
ass.
Bro, you don't
Okay.
want to see me in
Here you
NHL. Let's
go.
go right now.
Alright, ain't no
Okay,
cheating.
okay,
You
okay.
getting your ass
Fuck
whooped in
you,
2K.
modder. Oh,
completely
whatever.
understandable.
Oh,
This
Now,
is
hey,
trying to
hey,
gang me. Help!
Hey,
Get off
let's
of me!
let's not throw Pure under the bus. I got you. Here's how we're gonna help Oak out. Let's do a little role playing thing. So you guys, when do you typically get off Xbox? What's the number one thing that gets a nigga off Xbox?
Masturbation.
No.
My
Let
God.
me change the question.
It's still on.
Who is the number one person to get you off Xbox besides yourself?
Nigga, my job.
My penis.
And I'm on top
That's
right
not
now.
okay.
Okay.
You got one, your
What I was
woman.
trying to get
Nigga,
was
job
your
is a
woman.
person, 'cause that's
Your
money.
woman.
Yeah, your girl.
Your
In all
woman
seriousness,
gets you
your
off
girl.
Xbox. Now let me tell you a little circumstance. How many times have you heard of a man having to get off Xbox for his woman?
That depends.
Don't try
If
to say shit, cause I've heard a couple niggas in this party get off Xbox for a female. Don't be trying to pull that shit.
Absolutely.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
not
Cooler
talking
Ray.
about- I ain't got no
Hey,
life. I
all
ain't got.
honesty,
Hey,
my nigga,
hey,
if you about to get the
you
butt
leave me
cheeks,
and my
you better
titties
get the fuck
alone.
off Xbox.
Bruh,
I'm telling you.
Then you gonna get off Xbox and still not get the cheeks. And then you
Let
gonna
me
be
tell you
mad.
something.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna turn it right
Now,
back on.
Girls, aka Pure, when's the last time you got off Xbox for a nigga?
Okay, let's explain.
Damn.
Hold on.
Let's explain. It was just the other day, but see, in my case, I just want to watch Netflix. That's all it was.
No, we don't want to hear the
Netflix
Just giving them
See, when
cheeks.
was
That's
the
what it
last
sounded
time?
like to me. That's what Netflix is code for. We all know that.
I use Hulu
I
though.
believe the
rustling.
question was, when was the
Oh,
last
Hulu.
time you got off of Xbox?
Oh man, that's all he
First
asked.
off,
you.
So
More
the
when
average-
was the
Was-
last time you got off Xbox to beat your meat?
Okay, that's 2 minutes ago.
Before we started this shit, I said I'm
Never.
gonna beat up during the podcast.
Yeah,
did
I'm not
say
gonna
that.
lie. Like, I'm not saying I've never done it. I just said I didn't turn off the Xbox.
See, let me just tell you something right now.
It's
Pure,
still on.
Pure,
I don't
Pure,
even watch
background.
documentaries.
you had a homeboy sitting here the whole time while you was playing Xbox, while he was over here ready to get it all hot and bothered and shit. You was still playing Xbox. You didn't
Hell
stop.
yeah.
You didn't stop for the dick. But why the niggas gotta do it? Why is it more accustomed for a nigga to get off Xbox?
First off, because we hold
because
all
some
the
niggas be
power.
thirsty.
We hold all the
That
power.
is sexist. That is sexist.
Nigga,
No, but that's
we
just
don't
that's
get
a
ours,
common
nigga,
thing,
same
and the
difference.
world knows it. You can't take pussy from a girl she's not with, because that's just rape.
Oh, but you can take it. Oh,
Oh, no, okay, we're not gonna make it
Shit, but
sexist. We're not gonna make sexist. I know I was trying to give girl on Xbox, but we ain't gonna turn it sexist. All right. Okay, niggas.
That's no. She started it.
What if, like,
But
in all seriousness, like, when you think of a gamer, what do you guys think of? I mean, unfortunately, we know what gamers are. We know how bad it gets, Rayvon. But there are also like the
Hey,
normal,
we just said don't
like the
use
normal
garbage, niggas.
average person, like the
You can say my
typical nigga
motherfucking
to
government,
go.
I ain't tripping.
The typical nigga to go and play basketball and do gym and shit like that, and you know, like go to parties and let bitches twerk on them. Them niggas think gamers are like pimply faced little niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stereotype. And then when you
Stop
think
talking
of
about yourself.
no,
Bruh.
if I'm talking about myself, let me talk about myself. Shit, my personal experiences. Shit. Those type
Over here
of
trying to
they
promote
believe
your
those
shit.
types of niggas will get pussy, but like if you sit on this Xbox, everybody's getting married. People are in relationships. You will be hearing children being raised in the background. So like a nigga getting off for a girl, it depends in all seriousness on the situation.
Grey style, you already know.
Remember that?
Okay,
Who remembers the
I
hater?
already-
Who
I already
remembers the
lost
nigga
the
who was
weak
beating his
ass.
daughter and she
I
was
look,
with
I
the
already made the
hater?
renovations for that room. Okay.
That shit was funny.
All right,
Oh
Shay,
my
that shit was fly. Okay, anyways, Mark, you got anything to say about this, Mr. Uncle? Be quiet in the back with my Connect mic.
No.
Well, he doesn't lie to you.
Alright,
So just so y'all know, it was like just so you know how much I have this stuff on. I have my Xbox One on, my 360 on, both on at the same time. I'm playing Clash of Clans right now, and I got my laptop. It doesn't go off.
Laptop, Xbox One, speakers, and all. My nigga, what's happening?
Yes, I got the
Stop.
Connect and headsets.
I got my
You
braces
got
on my
one
laptop.
hot ass electric bill.
Nah, nigga. Nah, nigga.
Actually,
Wanna know
I
why?
do, but I'm
I
not
got
paying
these little
for it.
solar panels up on this
Taxpayers'
roof,
money.
right? And I ain't gotta worry about that shit.
All right, okay.
I'm
niggas,
in the
okay,
Paris.
Done. I don't.
Anyways. All right. That's enough of that. We're gonna go to the next subject. Next subject is gaming companies now, nigga. I know
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid over here had something to talk about Ubisoft, so I'm gonna let him go in real quick.
I hate everything. Ubisoft ruined my summer. By the way, guys, I'm trapped in a combat area and I can't get out, so I'm gonna die in about 5 seconds.
You know nothing about a combat
I hate
area.
EA because of that bullshit right there. You see that? I should have been able to walk out and be in a game. I'm gonna just blame them. You know, they produced it and shit, so it's their fault. Anyways, I'm sick and tired of being lied to every time I purchase something. Like, I'll buy something, like, let's say GTA, and it took a full fucking year for Heist to come out. Is that
No,
shit even good?
false.
Is that
False.
shit even
A year
good?
and a half.
Well, if
Year
people would
and a
stop
half.
modding, we wouldn't have this issue. They had to
Yeah.
keep
What do you
fixing
mean?
the modding. The
Alright.
people
Yeah.
glitching
First of
money,
all-
No.
glitching
No, let me tell you about
cars,
Heist.
just getting
I
through
got something
everything.
right there, my nigga. It is Grand Theft Auto, my nigga. San Andreas, you can spawn fucking guns. Nigga, you can't do that shit no more. Nigga, GTA was for cheating alone, my nigga. That's
It
why
really
everybody
was.
wants that
He
shit.
said GTA was
He was
I
not
can't-
lying.
Why
It
can't
is
y'all
a
let
game
gaming
where I'm
companies
supposed to
come out with a
buy,
game when you're not
cheat,
trying to
steal,
exploit it?
and kill to make money, dog. Can you
Why
get mad at
must
me
you-
for playing the game?
Why do gamers exploit games though? Why can't we just
That's
play
what
a
we
game
do.
how it is?
That's what we
Because
do.
that's how
We're
that's
exploiting
what
shit
some
right now.
people- Some people can't do shit like us. Like some of us.
I
can't
didn't
play the
buy this
game.
game. Mark bought this game. I'm still playing it though.
Wait, guys, pause.
I
just like
wanna
to shout
say
out my
that.
friend.
But that's
Like,
not
online,
exploiting it. That was
also
a
game.
feature made available. That's not
The
doing,
feature was
that's
made
not
available
doing
to
something
us.
we're not supposed to do. No, but that's not made available. People sit there and go through all this shit just to get, oh, I gotta have
If
$1
there's a
million.
glitch in the
I gotta
game,
do
don't
this
you
and
exploit
that.
it?
It's not exploiting.
Like the glitch in Destiny, we glitched the shit out of raids. You cannot say we didn't exploit the shit out of it. So you can't just come to us and say that
Oh
we're
yeah, you
bad
was
for
down
exploiting
there
it.
too.
Exploiting something is not glitching. Exploiting something is something that was made available to you in the
Raid, are you
game,
on
and
the
you're just
other
taking
team
advantage
with a
of it.
shotgun? You
Oh,
don't lay
that
your
was
ass
that was
down.
y'all. Y'all was one of them. Yeah, I am for whatever reason. My
Why the-
friends on your
alright,
team.
I
That's
need to make
bullshit.
a,
How
I
you
need
gonna
to make a phone call. Y'all.
What? How did I get on other teams? Like, you got me down in the corner and shit. Wait a minute.
stop?
Anyways, back to the World
Fill
4
my
thing.
cup,
Oh my
put
god, I
some
got
milk
shot
in.
up. Alright, so about EA servers, see, I hate EA servers. EA servers are the ones that get hacked the
They're
most.
garbage.
Every time I'm trying to get on, every time Call of Duty gets hacked, EA just happens to be hacked too. Why can't I just have like one company be hacked? I can't go play another game because if all games are hacked,
If we
they're
really
all
wanted
hacked.
to talk about companies getting hacked, like, but we'll just keep that out of the blue. But
I will
you know,
let
we'll
Cameron
call
get hacked. I'm tired of
PlayStation
this shit.
that full
You mean
fucking
you
week
just
after
want just say
Christmas.
Sony? Just say Sony. Bro.
Just
say
Sony in general. Actually, yeah, you're right. Because everything was gone. Everything. They left nothing. for them.
Everything.
It's gone down from us. Niggas still play. Niggas still come and combat Sony. Like we ain't supposed. We talk about gaming companies. We ain't talking about consoles. That's for another podcast. But anyways,
But they
back
make
to the
video
thing.
games too.
Let's talk about how everybody hated Treyarch to the point that they wanted to kill Treyarch. But right now, niggas is sucking the niggas' dick for the next Call of Duty to come out. Like, come on, come on, niggas.
I love Treyarch. I
First
never
off,
hated
Treyarch
Treyarch. What
is
was my first
One
one?
of the best companies.
No.
Who you
Yeah, they
mean?
Nah,
Nah,
Infinity
Treyarch-
War is better,
nah,
bro.
Nah, when
Infinity
niggas
War
was
ain't
saying
shit, my nigga. They
when
really
niggas were
not. They
saying
really
fuck
aren't.
Vandahar, when they said fuck this
I like
nigga, they
their
seen
Call
them
of Duty
death
better.
threats. Niggas said I can't wait for Infinity War to make a new Call of Duty, and then they made one. Who played it? Everybody hated it. Niggas started finding new games to branch out to because they hated it so much.
Because they
Can I
always
speak
add
from a-
extra unnecessary shit.
Well, you know what's extra and unnecessary but make money? Zombies.
Thank you. Thank
Zombies
you.
is not
That's
unnecessary.
for little ass scrubs like you who can't survive in the multiplayer.
Hey,
Oh,
you
hey,
ain't
hey,
all
hey,
that
hey,
strong.
hey,
Hold
hey,
on,
hey,
hold on.
shots
Alright.
fired, shots fired.
Hey, look, hold on, my wife
Or
friend
is it
calling
the
me.
other way around?
Hello?
Is it the other way around? Thank you.
Nigga, just answer your phone on my
Oh,
podcast.
yeah, I'm
Nigga, mute your mic.
Mike, mute
Bruh.
your
No.
mic.
Mute your mic, bro. You ain't about to go on
Doing
my
what?
podcast like
Here
that.
it goes.
This
On
nigga's
that, can I
still
say
waiting.
something about this? Because this
Yeah.
this is one of the things that kind of ticked me off. When Call of Duty
watching
came out,
television?
Call of Duty
Oh,
was
nigga.
an awesome
watching the
game when it
news?
came out on Xbox. Call of Duty 4 came out. It was an awesome game, in my view, best one. Now,
Yeah.
problem was when we had all these little kids come on Call of Duty is they were just running around shooting, wasn't hitting nothing, and it made it boring because they weren't really being tactical. Now they do the exact opposite. As soon as the game starts, they throw grenades and hide in a corner somewhere,
Huh?
and that's the entire game. For over half the
We're
players
gonna
in
talk-
the camp.
We're gonna talk about it.
My wife
That is
friend
the
distracted
game, that
me.
is the
I
campaign,
ain't
and that
never
is
really
also
had
the
the problem
zombies
with
nowadays.
campers, my nigga. They get this shit fucked up regardless of what they do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Get it in the booty hole.
My thing with I hate Treyarch. I don't like Call of Duty. I like Infinity Ward better, but like
Thank you.
Ghost was garbage. Like Call of Duty is just
I
Call of
give you
Duty.
that.
I don't
That
like.
is
I don't
true.
like it at all.
Alright, but say
Because like
this.
Call of Duty
Name
4 and
one bad
MW2,
Treyarch game, my nigga. All that shit's been on point.
all of it. Anyways,
Bro,
First
Wait,
off,
wait, what?
If
I
you
think you
gonna
said it with
talk
straight face.
about
Kill
Treyarch
yourself.
games being
I
shitty,
said with a face so
Infinity
straight.
Ward's
it's
games
just
was shitty.
un-
They
it's
both
un-
had
I
shit
said-
qualities
I
in each
I
They
one.
only-
started my
Infinity
sentence
Ward
off
only
by
had two
saying
good
Ghost
ones,
was
my nigga.
garbage.
I'm sorry, that's it.
And which ones? Which ones? Go ahead and say
Call of
'em.
Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. That's it.
Yeah, which one gets
After
talked
that,
about
they
more than
shit went
anything?
bonk.
Which one gets talked about more than anything?
Call of Duty
Modern Warfare
4 will forever be the game.
But you'll go back and play that. You'll go back and play these shitty ass player games, right?
If-
But
no.
but they suck. But Treyarch sucks
I
though.
don't-
But you'll go back and play it over Advanced Warfare. Would you not?
Let me tell you something
You
right
see me
now. I would go
playing?
play
You see me
Modern Warfare
playing?
3 before I
you
play
can
that.
go back and
wanted
play
to-
it.
if we
Oh,
wanted
no.
to, we
Playing the
would've been
Call of
playing them.
Duty right now?
Exactly. If we wanted to, we would have
No.
been playing them.
We on our Battlefield shit right now, nigga. I'm just saying this game just came out.
Hey, I
That's it.
will
Some
take. Hey, I
motherfuckers
will
just
say
can't
this.
afford to
The
have
superior
both.
race.
Okay.
As
I'm
much
gonna
as
go buy
people
Battlefield
hate,
just because.
in my view, it goes Call of Duty 4, and also I will give it to what was it? War at War.
Yeah, throw Word
I
at War.
actually like-
I'll give that.
I
I'll play
like
that one.
War at War was
I hated
like
World of War.
pretty
World of War was the worst. It was the worst
Probably
Call
got
of Duty
shot a
ever.
lot.
That was
No, it wasn't.
I
That-
tell you what,
when
it's
the
so
motherfucker
hard.
blew
Let me
up,
tell you
I
about my
seen
personal
feet
experience
fly
why I hated
everywhere.
World at War. The reason I hated World at War was two reasons. One, the way people use vehicles were wrong. It's not like Battlefield where you can just run around with vehicles and they didn't do much. They can maybe run you over. Niggas could blow up vehicles and get like quadruple kills. Like you can play
Quadruple
fucking
kill.
domination. You can play
He had to make up a
domination.
word for it.
You can
kind of
play
number is
domination,
that?
put a vehicle by the fucking spawn point, and then just blow it up with a sniper. Like you can use use it tactically like that. Like that shit shouldn't be allowed. Like that's the only reason I like World of War. Besides that, it was a great game.
I never
But
had
niggas
well,
would just abuse that.
It came
I
out with a
don't know
good
your
ending.
struggle.
Oh,
Okay.
what the
See,
fuck?
the thing is, like, Call of Duty, we're talking about zombies and shit. That's why most people love the Treyarch games, because of the
Yes.
survival mode. But y'all forget that that is
Dumb
not the
niggas.
main purpose of Call of Duty. We all know
It is
damn
now.
well that everybody buys the Call of Duties for the multiplayer. That's where all the
bought it for
MLG
the
is.
zombies.
You don't see nobody playing MLG fucking Town Survival, starting it on match 10 and shit. No. You see people playing Ghost,
I do that.
fucking
So
I know,
Town and all
me
that
here.
garbage.
if all we do is buy the games for the multiplayer, why don't
Hey,
gaming
Marky,
companies
go
take
over
that and make a all multiplayer game and
Drop
just
me off over
focus
there.
on improving?
Because they
That's
still have to
impossible.
cater to the people that like the survival games more.
Also, wait. Let me
That's
just
how they
throw
make the
something
most
else out there. Call of Duty is kind of in the backfield that people don't talk about this much, but they have a time limit on their games. Like they don't get as much time as anyone else. Like Destiny,
Nigga.
where they took that extra 3 months to make the game better, they could do that. Like no Call of Duty game besides recently with this new game coming out could take a break. You had to go and make that game. Your game had to come out in September.
What-
It had to
what
come out
break?
right when school started. Like, you
Yep.
know, because right now, you know, Sledgehammer made Advanced Warfare. They kind of had a little break in between. That has never happened before with
No,
Call of
they
Duty since
had
Call
a
of Duty
break
4.
because they had it for like 2-3 years before they had
No,
their
what
release
happened?
days.
Yes, but
Before
Call
it
of
was
Duty 4 never had a break after that. There was a new Call of Duty pretty much
Yeah.
every other year.
Advanced
What happened
Warfare
was,
already
um,
planned.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. Like it wasn't like it was already in the rotation. They
But
entered
that's
the
their first
rotation just
game.
now, and now they don't get a break. What are you talking about?
Listen,
There was no break.
No, I'm talking about like Call of Duty. The name Call of Duty doesn't get a break. Like you don't get
Hey,
time
Mark,
to
pick
say,
me up,
hey,
Mark. Pick me
I'm
up,
gonna
Mark.
take Call of
Oh,
Duty
alright,
off
I
for
get
a
it now.
year. I'm gonna take Call of Duty off for a year. We're not gonna make Call of Duty game for a while so we can make it better. They don't get that break because niggas are gonna go ape shit because they have these tournaments that make billions of dollars off Call of Duty. So there's no way these niggas are ever gonna take a break. So I can understand how sometimes the games can be shitty because they can need some extra time on it. They don't get that.
What do you mean sometimes?
Why won't they take that chance though? And do that?
Because
They
they
can't.
have their
They
own
have the
contract.
potential. They
Because
have
it's
potential
making
to get
too
so
much
much more
money.
money if they
If I release
explain,
a 2D
hey,
one, I'm pretty
we
sure this will
should
sell.
skip a year and focus on the multiplayer because if we make a great multiplayer, we'll be able to double, maybe even triple
But
ourselves.
also you have to realize that Call of Duty is owned not by one company. Call of Duty is owned by multiple people. So like, you know, Treyarch and Infinity Ward, they'd have to agree to say, hey, I'm gonna push my game back a year. Can you go a year before me? Or hey, I'm gonna push my game back a year. How about you not make your game for 2 years and you get more time?
Or they could just not make a game that year and release
That's
some real
impossible.
DLC. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
that's not gonna happen.
That's
You said no,
They
there's
could-
more
they
No,
could
that's
do
the
that.
thing.
They could just release DLC until
they'll
they.
lose billions
That's
of dollars.
not
It
gonna
wouldn't even
happen.
be billions, it'd be billions of
Niggas
dollars.
will raid all the fucking time and cry about it.
They want that.
They,
It's
like,
but
they'll
what do
lose-
people
they'll
do?
lose
What do
fans.
people do now? What do people do
No,
now?
they
They
rage,
rage
they
and
rage,
cry about it.
but they rage
People
on Call of Duty.
rage and cry because gaming companies have lost their touch over the years. Each year a game comes out, you freaking praise the game that came out before because they just add so much unnecessary shit. They don't know how to balance it out. The community is just it's going down. They're listening too much to the kids, the new kids they have playing the game. And it's just like they don't listen to like the veterans that actually know like, hey, this makes the game. You can't do this.
Sounds like
Quickscoping-
modern day cartoons.
Man,
Yeah, it
I
really
wish
do
they
though.
take it out, but I realize developers do it. They've grown to do
Yeah.
it, so that's never gonna be removed. But other shit, they need to seriously go and rebalance the game because it's
But
gotten
no
worse
matter
over
what
the
you do
years.
with quickscoping, it's gonna be there. Like people have tried getting out, they've
That's
tried to lay
fine.
the snipers, it still goes.
But the developers do it, so I accept that. The developers do it. That's just something that they've grown to do over the years. When people figured out how to do it, developers are like, oh, this feature, let's do it. They've grown to do it, so that's fine. That'll never be replaced. But other shit in the game, other quirks, they need to fix. Hit
My thing
detection,
is, I
they
have a
definitely need to
question.
fix. Horrible.
Alright,
I have a question.
Yeah.
What Call of Duty was it that tried to take out quick scoping by just removing the crosshairs? Who did
that
they
was Black
think that
Ops
would
2,
affect?
Well, no, that was Black Ops 2, wasn't it? That was Ghost. That was Ghost, wasn't it?
He took the both of us out, whoever he just stabbed. He stabbed you too, dope. He shanked
I
us.
think it was Ghost.
We're
I'm pretty sure it
black.
was
How did
Ghost.
this happen to us?
Nigga, we're not Mexican. That's the problem. See, Mark has a better chance of survival than us.
Oh, Ghost.
Damn.
All
Who
right.
said true in the background?
That shit was awesome. All right, so we're getting close to time. Let's stop our last subject on the list. List. Guy had a list. Had a stroke real quick, bro. I'm just not. The difference between 360 and Xbox One. What did you like about the 360? What do you hate about the one?
I like you
What
can
I like about the 360,
That's a good question.
I mean,
360.
when you think about it, when the 360, when the 360 came out and the 360 now are two different things because there's so much stuff on the 360 that wasn't there at the beginning, and I hope the same thing's gonna be with Xbox One.
See,
My
I
thing
feel you, I
is, my thing is with Xbox One, right? When 360, like, while he's right, you gotta wait for everything to come out for it. But like, what they act like that they made such a big jump. Like, first of all, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are barely different. That's one
Really
thing.
are.
The second thing is, like, I could go, like, you know, PC is master race obviously, but I could, for the same amount of money, I could make something so much better and play so many more games instead of like sit here. I have like 5 games on here. Like, and then everything else on here, even things that I thought I would play for a long time, I play for like 5 minutes and then I'm done with it. Like, there's nothing fun to do on my one. It's just a bunch of waste of time. And I complain
let's
about this all
about
the
games.
time.
Talk about the console. Talk about the console, bro. What is the
Don't
console
get into
base?
that. Why did I get that? Why does my storage start out with 300 gigabytes and all the games are like 50 gigs installs? Like, Battlefield is 49. And then
There's
another
actually
thing
a
is the
reason for that.
interface.
Large
Why
game
is it
in
so
general.
hard to make friends on this damn one? Why can't I just press X and invite people to the party still? Why do I have Twitter on my Xbox One friends list?
True shit.
I mean, you know what they did do right? Skype. That's it. That's all I'm giving them. Skype.
And what
Alright,
bitches
the
are
thing
you
I-
Skyping?
No,
One
they
thing that I like-
did more than that. Like,
All right, let's throw something in
Now-
there. How about the TV? Talk about the TV. Like, how do you like
TV
the
is
interface of the
fly.
television?
Nigga, I love that
What you
shit.
talking about? I bought another
TV's
cable
fly as
box. What are you
fuck.
talking about?
Hey, nigga, my TV works just fine. I don't know about your TV, nigga. This shit's
Yeah,
fly.
niggas love the television thing on this shit. Like, that's one of the things niggas love. Is this fucking
I
television.
don't understand why I can't just press the input button on my remote.
You bugging.
Then again, they don't broke. I mean, like, shout out to all my broke ass niggas, cause I recognize. I bought my Xbox One with EBT food stamps. But my thing is, why did I pay for another? Why am I watching TV while I play my video games? Isn't that like a bit of? I mean, I can understand if you're trying to go to sleep and you're using it for background like noise and you're playing a boring ass game like, I don't know, fucking Rayman Legends. I mean, that shit is
why would
colorful
you
as hell.
playing
That's
a
a seizure.
boring game? Isn't that kind
To
of
fall asleep.
All right, let me
That's
throw
what I
some out there
need.
real quick. Let me throw some out there. The reason I don't like the Xbox One sometimes is the party system is so fucking broken. Like,
It's
on the
disgusting.
360, you could join a party and like even if the party was broken, you could leave the party and join back like in nanoseconds. It wouldn't take long at all. This game, you gotta leave, you gotta quit your friends list, you gotta quit your freaking party, you gotta quit everything out, and then you gotta join back into your party. And then it still may not work. You may have to even turn off your Xbox. Like, nigga, this is supposed to be next gen, not
We're still in the
not
beta
the
phase.
gen and a
Yeah,
half.
it's really like still a beta phase, my nigga. I'm gonna keep
It's
it G.
a beta phase. They're
But-
just trying to
but we
figure out the
know
quirks
this.
of it.
But we know this problem has happened before. Why has it not been fixed? Why has it taken like over a year?
They act like they didn't know all of this information when they were making the console. That's the thing. Like, people complain about everything. That's why DRM isn't on this thing. I mean, it still kind of is, but we're not even gonna talk about that. But
But that's none of our business.
exactly. let me just sip my Mountain Dew. Anyways,
Sips
I
tea,
just
my
like,
nigga.
it's just so extra. It's just so. I just want to get on my Xbox. I want to play games with my friends. I can't make friends. I have no friends.
You
Oh,
ain't
so
gonna
why-
get no friends because you always trying to drop your mixtape on them. Every chance you get.
I
Also,
gotta
one
get
thing I don't
myself
like-
some way.
Let me tell you something. Why is the game chat is so hard to get into, and sometimes it's just completely broken. Like, what is
Why
wrong
do
with
I
that?
have chat channels on Destiny? What is that even for? How does that help anybody in life at all? Who did that
Like-
help? Whoever asked for chat channels? That's my thing. For example, and then another thing is why the mute button? Let's talk about this stupid ass mute button. Why, if I mute somebody, why would I think they want to hear me? What if I'm trying to talk shit about them behind their back? Well, like, what if I just fucked Mark's girl and I'm telling Rayvon about it, and Rayvon's like, and Mark's like, I can still hear you. Like, no, that defeats the fucking purpose. Why do I have to come to a
Xbox just
mutual
wants to be
agreement
messy.
to shut people off? They want to be nosy ass motherfuckers. If they want to be nosy,
Yeah,
go
I
watch
agree with
Empire.
that one.
I know that shit just ended, but get your shit together. Get some Hulu. Get some Netflix. Go watch some porn. Go jerk off. Go watch some porno. Some of those, they have good stories now.
What the?
All right. All right. One more thing I want to talk about: the controller issue. The freaking thing about, I don't know if y'all have it, but me and Mark have it all the
What's
time.
next gen about batteries?
When you change your batteries, like, first of all, why are we still changing batteries in a freaking thing? It doesn't just come with a charge pack. Why are we
I
changing
just said that.
batteries? And when do we
I
when we
just
change
said
our
that
batteries?
about
Why does our controller die? Like, why can we no longer hear the party? Like, why does our controller stop working?
That's just a small problem. Like, it's not. I want to say it's an
Actually
isolated
works.
problem, but it's still a problem. Like, for some people.
just-
Batteries out.
I mean, but to fix that, all you have to do is sign in your profile on the controller, because you know you have to do that, right?
Yes, yes, I understand that. but
Versus
why do I
just
have
going
to do
home.
that? Why doesn't
I
it
mean-
just work?
Why do I have to-
Xbox One is a beta. They're still working out the kinks.
I will
But
say this.
But they
this is why-
address the situations. They address them and they update it. You get an update every month to fix something on the Xbox. PlayStation 4 doesn't always have that luxury.
See, we're not talking about PlayStation. We're just talking about
PlayStation
Xbox
barely got a
360.
network. What are you talking
I
about?
put
They don't
I
have
put
the, they don't have the
Microsoft
internet.
over PlayStation on everything, except for graphics. Microsoft should be better at PlayStation in every single thing they do. So why has
Well,
it taken this long to do stuff? Like,
If
I
they're-
disagree a little bit with that. Sony has, like, for me, I don't know about y'all, but I like stories. That's why I like video games. That's like people who complain to me about games like Borderlands that look bad, but they don't like, but they don't take the time to listen to the story. They'll play up to like they get their first gun and shit. They be like, oh, this is boring. Motherfucker, you ain't played a game. You haven't been there for like 5 minutes, but that's none of my business. And like, PlayStation, they have The Last of Us. They have so many other great games with like Infamous. Their next gen lineup, while it was smaller, they had a better one. Exactly. You see, you got niggas on Xbox that are sitting here like praising PlayStation. Like, well, PlayStation needs to get their shit together. In all seriousness,
Also-
they could probably be way better if they would just like fix their fucking network. I mean, I have so many. Imagine all those people that had just got their PlayStation 4s, and some. Oh, Jesus Christ! I got a heart attack. My bad, guys. And some group of people with no lives, and for whatever reason, felt like it was okay to use bringing down a whole network to get followers on Twitter. Twitter's not even that important, by the way. It's not like they're making money.
I mean, but they did that Xbox one down too.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah,
our shit
but
is not
Xbox
that
was back
impenetrable.
in like a couple. Some of us were back in hours, and then in general,
Also,
most of us were back
why were
in
people
like a day.
throwing down? Why were people
A
throwing down the
broken
Xbox
network.
One? Why were people throwing down the Xbox One before it came out, saying that I'm going to PlayStation just because of the functions of the Xbox One? Like, they thought the TV was too much, and that they wanted to not get it because of that function. Like, nigga, it's still Microsoft.
Because
Xbox
in
is
all
a
seriousness,
multimedia
in all
console.
Apparently.
seriousness,
Too much.
it's a problem. It is too much because look at our games. You know we barely got RAM devoted to. There's like a good amount of percentage of our RAM devoted to our Connect, right? You know that, right?
Yes,
Just to keep
yes,
it
I know.
running. That is
another software on there.
unnecessary. That's. I don't want that. I want to be able to play my games. I don't know about y'all, but I know damn well the human eye can see 60 frames per second. So.
Alright, see, I got you. But like, nigga, you didn't even get like most people didn't even give the Xbox One a chance. Like, what the fuck? Like, give the shit a chance. You a Microsoft boy? Be Microsoft fanboy for life. Don't try to switch over to PlayStation just because you think something's weird, something's wrong with it.
But I've had a lot of people that got the Xbox One, 'cause, you know, they come from
They
Xbox.
don't even
Or
like PlayStation.
But yeah, that's true. But then you also think of people who, you know, got the PlayStation. They came over there and got an Xbox One. They did give it a chance. You know, I personally, a lot of people made that switch because of the network issue and how secure Xbox can be. Nobody wants to get hacked and can't play their Xbox or their PlayStation for like months at a time. But they don't want to jeopardize their security because you have your information on these consoles.
I
or
just
in
like
the
to say
system.
shots fired. PlayStation. This whole podcast is shots fired. But
I
continue.
mean, not necessarily because again, Xbox got hacked. Our
get
shit
our
got
ass
broke
whooped.
down. people's information got taken. So I mean, it can happen to either console. However, I think that most people pay Xbox more, Microsoft, for the security because it doesn't happen as much. It rarely happens.
I think Xbox
Yeah.
to most people, like at least very as 360 wise, was just way more accessible
Mark, put
than
us in
PlayStation.
conquest.
Like PlayStation 3, like it failed because not only was it weaker, and like it barely had anything out for it. I mean, it had those games that I named off at the beginning that are being continued, like Uncharted and shit, but it all it had was graphics. That's all anybody argued. You had 50 friends on that home. That's half the number of times. That's half the number of porn videos I watch a day. Like, come on now. Yeah, you had 100. I mean, like,
I can't watch
You
your
know,
porn.
in all seriousness, why can't our friends list? Why does our friends list take up so much space that we have a limit on it? Like, Rayvon, do you know why that is? Because the way I see
Something.
it, why can't I just?
The reason you have a limit on your friends list and shit like that is because pretty much your RAM and crap, all that data function that goes through. Like if you put any more like stress on it, your PC will die. Like the hard drive and the motherboard and that motherfucker will burn itself out and will die. So the
Well,
reason
I
why
have
some games
9,001 followers on Instagram. If you're looking for a good time, follow Torquemaster69. But
You don't.
shout out to my boy Shane.
Take your shot.
Shout out to my boy Shane. Anyway,
You
Yeah.
driving this motherfucking car. You can't drive this shit. You doing the wrong
I
thing.
mean, like, but yeah, as I was saying, like, can't that just be like internet accessible since the whole thing is internet anyways?
see, it kind of can be, but at the same time, it's like it can't. Like it just can't. It can't. It doesn't have the power for it.
Well then, hashtag PC elitist. You know what? You know what nobody ever talks about? The Wii U. Does anybody here have a Wii U?
I played it. Like
I
it's
had
not that. Let
That's
me
all I
explain.
got.
Look, I got this. Let me explain to you how gaming usually works. God is PC. No one can say nothing about that. Cause PC, you can play anything. You can play PlayStation games and Xbox. PC is God. It's Master Race. After PC, Jesus is like the Xbox. Xbox is only I repeat, 2 years away from knocking at the front gates of PC. Not that I don't think they'll do what they can do to get to the front gates, but they can. They have the idea. They have the potential. PlayStation is like fucking, he's like Peter. The nigga's a liar. Nigga's a fucking liar in the time of need when you need it. He says that he'll give you the best quality, whatever he needs, but when the time comes to it, the nigga ain't gonna give you shit.
You don't
And
talk about
now-
the Bible because I'm a Christian.
You keep saying that, I don't care.
Get out
Next
of
thing,
here. At least Christian.
next thing we're gonna throw under the bus is that PlayStation was like Wii. The Wii though, Wii is like one of them little leopard kids in the corner who's playing in the sand. Nobody talks about it in the Bible,
You don't
but you
stop
know they're
quoting
there.
The Bible.
You know they're there, right? Like he cured leprosy. You know the niggas are there. You just don't want to talk about it because it's frowned upon. That's what Wii is.
You just going to hell.
And
Shut
we ain't
up,
gonna
yeah,
talk
you
about
are.
cell phone gamers. We're not gonna talk about cell phone gamers. Cell phone gamers are just niggas. They're just
Hold
niggas.
on,
People are like-
Ravon. See,
You talk about
that
yourself.
said
You play Clash
Microsoft
of
is
Clans.
moving.
But he's
towards
also a
the
real
front
gamer.
lines,
I'm just
my nigga.
saying, like,
I don't agree with that.
Also a real Clash of
You
Clans
don't agree- you don't
player.
agree with that?
Sit here and play
I
Call of
really
Duty
don't, because
Battlefield,
if
but
you
be on Clash
haven't-
of Clans.
I don't know if you've been on WorldStar lately, but they showed Sony. They no bullshit, my nigga. But Sony is working on the real Sword Art Online shit, my nigga. They're trying
Oh yeah,
to
they
bring
are.
that virtual
They are
reality
because they're Sony. Like that's what
A
Sony
lot
does.
of people are
Anything
trying
that has
virtual
anything to
reality.
do
Get in line.
with freaking
Yeah, but
Japan,
that shit look
Sony
fly,
gets
my
it.
nigga. I'm gonna keep it G. They shit look
My
Sony,
thing is-
Sony gets the
is-
most
And it's
colorful
gonna
games
fail.
and they get the most animated games. I'm just saying. And they get exclusives to fighting games. Like nigga, we don't get Street Fighter. Let me tell you, your boy's the master of Street Fighter, nigga. Come get me up here with Ken and I'll tuck on your ass real quick. Now anyway,
This guy.
like
but
that's the kind
Rayvon,
of games they get.
you know, whatchamacallit, fucking, you know, the Sword Art game for the PS Vita that came out. Anybody have a PS Vita besides me?
Yeah, I've actually played it and I've seen it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll say it's decent. I'll
Why
give you
is
like
the
a,
description? Why is it a single player is it a single player MMORPG? Like, isn't that contradiction?
It is.
It actually kind of is.
There's
Well,
no
I
kinda.
I
It
think-
just is.
Then
it's
again,
an
Sword Art. You know what? This is video games. We're not even gonna talk about how shitty Sword Art is.
Yeah, it's
let's
an
move
MM.
on.
It's an MMO, but the MMO are non-playable characters. They're just people who are there. Like there are a lot of characters in the game that you interact with, but they're not real people. So that's
So
that
why
whole
would I
thing.
pay for a single player Sword Art? The whole reason I would ever want to play
Yeah,
Sword
that
Art
shit'd be
is to
fun.
play with my
It's online.
friends. It's
You
an
don't need
RPG. Like I mean, RPGs like can be single player, but Sword Art, it was fun because not only was you in the game, but you was in the game with your friends. I mean, there
Why
were
would they
those
put that
couple of
on Sony,
nerds.
though?
Why would they put that on
Because-
Sony? Because
Yeah, because Sony's
Japan.
not a social console.
yeah,
I don't
neither
think-
was Xbox One. What?
Hey, that's most definitely true, but Xbox, Microsoft is a more sociable company than Sony is personally.
I don't know about that now, but if you talk about back in the day, yes. Now with the whole that you don't force game volume because of Call of Duty bullshit. You don't force like certain things for you to interact with friends. Like you can't make
But
new
you gotta
friends
Niggas
on
kept
force-
Xbox
raging
One.
about that
You
shit.
gotta
But that,
force
I
your
don't think that
friendships
that's
on Xbox
I don't think
One.
that that's Microsoft doing it. I think that's just gaming. Like I said, most of those decisions are gaming
niggas
companies
was
trying to
bitching
try
about it.
something different. I don't think that's entirely
Hey,
Microsoft's
Naruto,
fault.
they make you interact with your team, bro. Buy
They-
something,
yeah,
we
they
gotta
do.
talk.
Yeah.
We talking.
So calm. So calm.
Yeah,
Now,
Hey, but so kind of
Alright.
better,
But-
bro.
we don't have it. Wait, I
Yeah,
got a
but it's
question.
okay,
Why
so-
all the best exclusives for stories is on fucking Sony? Why can't we get
So
that shit on
that's
Xbox?
why. That's why I like
let me explain
PlayStation
to you.
because
Sony has the best, like they're game based. That's what they are. They're game based for storylines. They're game based for things that are colorful. The most games with a good story usually have the best artists, which means they're more colorful, which is why they see Sony as the better producer than Microsoft.
Microsoft produces things like Gears of War Judgment. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Anything,
Hashtag
anything that has a
RP.
gun, anything that has a gun is
It's
going on
on you.
Microsoft. I'm putting that out there right now. Anything that shoots is going on Microsoft first. Anything that's fighting and are colorful is going to Sony 100% of the
And
time.
I like fighting and colorful. Which
But
is
the Destiny's
contradictory
on
to my
so
choice.
Destiny's a PlayStation. It's
No.
not an exclusive, but it's a PlayStation type thing. And one
Well-
of my favorite games, freaking y'all need to take the money back to the vault, by the way. But one of my favorite games, Tomb Raider, while it may not be colorful, it is a beautiful game. Like,
Very high in death. That's I give it.
like,
that.
and that's
Okay,
gonna be
so-
a timed exclusive for us. Like,
Alright,
you
so
ain't
pretty
played
much
until
how it
you
works.
battled a T-Rex with
Yeah,
pistols.
listen.
When you're looking at games like the fighting and RPGs, because a lot of the
did
A
he just
lot of
gun
the
us down,
population-
Rayvon, with a pistol?
Yeah, you did.
a lot of the population that likes that is in Japan. Japanese company makes that. Sony is a Japanese company, so they go with PlayStation because that is the game base in the console that's big in Japan over Microsoft. So it makes sense.
Well then, you know, it's funny because like America is always creative and all this whatnot and innovative.
Wait, we
Big
are?
cars, big everything, but we have all these games with these small ass stories. Cough, cough, you already know Destiny. And
What the story, bro? I'm still waiting.
oh
there a
yeah,
story
facts,
in
like
it?
that was like a that's how bad it is.
I'm
Destiny,
still waiting
but
for
you,
the
like, no.
speaker to speak.
He's still waiting on the speakers.
Like everybody
That's
knows
fire.
these games. Everybody's played these games. Everybody sort of kind of has fun on these games, but don't nobody know what the fuck they doing. Like everybody's just playing Destiny to get they weapons. Don't nobody know where these weapons came from unless you go on that website and you weed through them. Weed. And that's how bad it is. I have to
They
fucking
have
pronounce R
My white
double.
person.
You gotta weed.
You get one more
Yeah.
phone call on my goddamn podcast.
Or can we not make?
Alright.
Can we not make a fucking, you know,
Story.
a new game before we
Please,
finish the
that's all I
motherfucker that's
ask.
out right now? Like, can we please
Hold on, hold on,
complete
hold on,
one
hold on.
before we start on
No,
the
this is how we do
Destiny
it. This is
Part
how we do
2?
things.
And the first Destiny ain't even finished. We only got one DLC, shitty as fuck. And you already working on the second game?
First of all,
And
can
you
I ask a
did
question?
just sell us a
We're
season
killing
pass for
Crota,
2
right?
DLCs.
Like, pause. We're killing Crota, but when he spawns in, he rebuilds the whole stage. Isn't he helping out the community?
What the fuck?
So
It's true.
we're killing
He is a
somebody
pillar to his
for
own community.
helping out the community. And in the trailer, y'all saw how when he appeared, those flames came up. I think he was just trying to drop his mixtape like me. I recognize he was
Thank
trying to
you,
make his
Groovy.
come up.
Cooler, he's mad because we didn't
Profit.
feature him. He's just mad because we didn't feature him on No Connection. He's just a little salty about that.
Exactly.
Y'all need to
son.
give it up to the Hobgoblins, cause they work the hardest to promote their mixtape.
Oh yeah, they
throw it
drop
at
their
you
mixtapes every time they
year.
throw a grenade.
Every time they throw a grenade.
Dude, do you know?
You hand them the
gotta
aux
do it
cord, they blow you the fuck up.
See, I'm gonna tell
Man.
you the reason is like the reason why you have these short games coming on the Xbox and the US because you got these kids now with short attention span, ADD and ADHD. I can't pay attention for more than 5 seconds.
All right, I gotta peace
Raymond.
out. I gotta go.
Be
I
like,
gotta
how
go
dare
my
they
white
try to
person.
make a game with 140 hours worth of continuous play and I haven't get through half the game yet? It's outrage.
Okay, let me tell someone else
all
something.
right, old people. and
This is how I
young
used.
people
This
and
is how
cooler
I
hours.
used to buy games back in the day. The game I used to play the game was how long am I gonna play this game depends on how much money I'm gonna spend on it. If I'm gonna play this game for like 5 hours a day for like 2 weeks, I'm not gonna spend a full retail game worth of money on that. But Call of Duty, I'll pay full price Call of Duty because I know my friends are gonna play it. I'm gonna play it for like over 100 hours. I'm gonna get my money's worth. But like games like Destiny and something, I was like, I'm gonna probably play it over 80 hours. If I'm gonna play it over 80 hours, I'm gonna buy the game. I want $1 per hour of content I get. Like games like Halo, I'll pay for it because I'm gonna be playing that game for a long ass time.
Yep.
Games like fucking Killer
Another
Instinct,
thing.
I will never
Another
ever
thing
pay
is-
for a Killer Instinct game because I know for a fact I'm not gonna play it that much.
And
Can we
you know
talk
what's
about
sad
the fact that all of these games, like Call of Duty is ruining gaming in all seriousness because everything, I got everything is just casualized. Like, it's not made, like all these games, even Halo is casualized because, whatchamacallit, everybody played Halo 4 here, right?
Yeah.
Halo 4 was it was the shortest, probably the shortest story mode I believe.
It
out of
was
all
the shortest
Halos.
story mode, right? What does Call of Duty? Is Call of Duty known for its story? Fucking Kevin Spacey. Anyways, no, it is not. It's known for, as we said before, it's multiplayer. And then there's other. And what did they do to the multiplayer in Halo? You got create a class now. You got sort of kind of kill streaks. You saw that shit in Gears of War Judgment too. Like they made Gears. I think in all seriousness they were just trying to push the multiplayer because who played the story? Was there even
Hold on,
a story?
I only buy Gears for story. I don't like the multiplayer personally. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm shitty at multiplayer. I like the story over anything. I
No.
can play with 3 other people. Shut the fuck up, Joe. I can play with 3 of my friends and enjoy a story. That's like the only
That's
game that you
why
can
I
do
bought
that
it.
on.
All right, well, anyways, we're coming close to time on the podcast. Anyone else got some
The
last minute
time
remarks want to
limit?
throw in? Yeah, bro, this is the time limit. Sorry about that.
Remember
Alright,
my
Anybody else got some
Tumblr.
last minute comments?
I got a
Everybody
Fuck
comment.
remember my
bitches get
Tumblr.
money. What?
What you
No,
ain't doing?
you gotta
Tell 'em.
PG-13
No,
at
wait.
Kira.
Oh, you ain't
Disregard
talking.
women
Talk
acquire
to your
wealth.
hand,
No.
motherfucker.
Wait,
Mhm.
hold on.
I'm gonna talk to your
Got
bitch
this.
first.
I got
and we're gonna
this.
talk about that.
What I want to know, I'll put
Oh.
this out there.
I'm
Why
out.
does
I'm done.
Haku look better than Sakura? in the
Okay, well
Naruto
that
sex?
shows the
Why does
podcast lover.
Haku
That shows
know-
the podcast lover, all right? Thank you for
Why
joining us.
does
The
Haku-
good old niggas on Xbox.
He look better than
Thanks for joining us on Niggas on Xbox. I hope you see us next time. It's our first podcast. Show some support. You need to turn your phone off. All right. As you can see, we're a bunch of goons just trying to have some fun. Come out, listen to us, do some homework, have some fun with it. Come out, just have fun. Listen to what we're gonna do.
I'd just like to
Support us.
say that everybody knows that you all know that I'm better than these people, right? I tried to give y'all great music.
Oh
so that
my
y'all can listen to it
God.
on your
All right,
free
that's
time.
it. We're done. I'll check you guys next week. We'll be posting the podcast every Wednesday. Come look at